Hello, folks. I'm about to head over to do the MSQ, but first I figured I would go get promoted, because I've got a whole bunch of their little tokens. And apparently that is how upward momentum works within the Maelstrom. You get a bunch of tickets, then you cash them in like it's Chuck E. Cheese. Please promote me. Yes. In the name of the Admiral, I hereby appoint you to the rank of Storm Corporal. May you ever serve the best interest of Linso Linsa, till sea swallows all. What's the next one? Oh, I need to complete the Grand Company hunting log. Alright. Do that later, but I'm curious like what I have left. Just one thing. They want me to kill sylphs? Oh. At least those are the tempered ones. But still. Dubious. Dubious, I tell you. Anyway. There's going to be a cut here, and then I'll be in front of the Waking Sands. Adios. Is that just Josuke? It is. That's fantastic. Soon, TM. Soon I shall unlock this. Alright. What a truth. Is anybody here? Oh man. Didn't even clean up the broken barrels. Oof. I had no idea, Ny'ardbert. I can only imagine how you felt when you returned that day. Tell me, Ny'ardbert, does aught here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Mayhap it is just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the Solar. There's good stuff here, which means I probably have to take it, which means I'm gonna have to stop wearing my slutty shirt that I love. Maybe I'll glamour it. Wait. Ida. Who goes there? Now, Ida, is that any way to greet a friend? Alfino, Ny'ardbert. Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when... I was still in talks at the Adder's Nest. The first I knew about it was when I came back and I saw... Ida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to know where to start. If Y'shtola hadn't been here to help me.
Y'shtola is here too.
Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Ul'dah to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalimo and Minfilia weren't among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks they were taken somewhere.
Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires. Knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals, one that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius would be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants to the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his elegant weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Minfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo, none of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter. The Empire has shown its hand, and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida?
What? Oh, yes! Yes, of course, whatever you need.
We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now, I say we rest.
Oh, do we get a dream sequence?
Hear, feel, think. Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Y'shtola! Ny'ardbert, I see you and Alphinaud are safe. And Sid. That we five should meet each other thus defies a simple explanation. It is as if the benevolent hand of Master Louisoix guides us still. He would not see us undone so easily, not now when the need is so great. I know where Minfilia and the others are being held.
Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona. Castrum Sentry. Gaius may have called it a weapon of ancient Allag, but I saw extensive Magitech modifications. An Imperial Castrum. 'Twas be expected, I suppose. All right, let's do this. Let's go and rescue Minfilia and the others. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Ny'ardbert. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial Castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that the Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy. And if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Curthis. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. It is fortunate indeed that we were able to regroup here. I did not care much for my chances of surviving a foray into an Imperial stronghold alone, but I am certain that together we will find a way to rescue our fellow scions. Alright. So interestingly, during that whole sequence, Thancred and Oriange were just never mentioned. Are we to assume that they were among the dead? Because that seems a little harsh to not be mentioned this whole time. Or does Ida just not give a shit? Anyway, let's teleport. Alright, to the Observatorium. There might be some weird cuts in this section, because I am multitasking just a little bit, but I'll do my best to avoid them. Or at least minimize how many there are. Ah, Ny'ardbert, the man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Y'shtola? But of course. Lord Drillmont confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Hell yeah. Castrum Sentry, what interest have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see. That might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Huron woman, an Ellison man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 male, 1 female. It's them! It has to be! Minfilia, Urianger, Papalymo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Curthis. Not long ago, 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadin and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? A Rogadin and a Lalafell, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue,
hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those two rascals to escape. We must find them, Ny'ardbert, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs was given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparations. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you'd best act now. If, as has been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow scions prisoner in hope of understanding the Echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portelaine said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Okay, so that leaves Thancred as the only unaccounted for scion, I think. But his whole deal is stealth, so maybe he got away and he's just elsewhere. Oh, it's the Elite Four! Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord. Rest assured, our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Ridderton, you depart for Castrum Occidens at midnight. You will command the western front in Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command of half our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Prefectus. Sorry. I have given you nothing, Prefectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. I defaulted back to Nero instead of Gaius. My quarters. 1 hour. So I figured now that we've got all the badges that we need, the 6 crystal badges, it's time to go and fight the Elite Four. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Abalathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of Zemail Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Bryselt, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will be soon reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. Interesting. Zemail Darkhold is one of the optional dungeons. We haven't done it. I wonder if we should before they, like, meet us. You stand before Zemail Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the dungeon so that and see if that line changes once we've already been in there and like saved the day. So yeah, let's queue up for that and we'll jump straight to it now. Alrighty. Oh, someone caught on something? Oh, over there. I like that this is one of the early dungeons. I guess it's not really that early anymore, but like it really does like have a good number of mechanics in it. And this one is illustrated early with the fact that you can see the all-seeing eye thing that goes by is basically invincible, but it becomes vulnerable over crystals. So as I was saying about the mechanics, that if you don't do, you just kind of die. That's one of them. I'd forgotten that it doesn't leave that room. So it just sort of like loops around and explodes. Alright. Wow. Alright. Alright. Cool. Now we can finally kill this asshole. Sorry, I feel like I just got quiet during this. This just requires, like, somewhat more control, like, thought than normally. And I can't be doing it with the, NPCs, so, like, I have that social anxiety of not wanting to waste other people's time. Go around this corner. We do. Alright, cool. go around a corner so that the bogey will come over here. The big thing about this area that trips me up is the casters, like the bogeys and the souls or whatever they're called here. Because they have range, so I can't just like boot them up easily unless I line of sight them around a corner. But if I do that, then I'm also line of sighting my healer. Alrighty. I just noticed our little Lollipop has a Spriggan hat. That's cute. I do love the elbow drop animation they gave this guy. Of course, as soon as I comment on it, he stops doing it. Sitting here until it triggers. Riveting gameplay. There we are. Funny, this range of levels is, like, in my opinion, one of the, like, weirder things to tank or heal for, because you don't have all of your abilities yet, but the enemies are starting to, like, actually hit. So you get in this weird situation where, like, you can get overwhelmed by stuff that you normally wouldn't. Where's the exit on here? Alright, through we go. I think part of it is also just the caster enemies having so much of their damage in their basic attack. Alright. Spooky boy. That one. Okay. I guess, yeah, let's pull him off. Oh, never mind. Can't. Oh boy. Spicy. Fetch. Yo, gotta fetch. There we go. Get out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you all to this pickup group, and sorry for embarrassing you. Aw, I still got commendations out of that. I need to learn warrior better, I guess. Probably. Okay. Do I have a level 40 weapon? I do. Alright. Alright, Bryselt. Is there anything different you're going to say this time? No. The fact that I went in there and cleared it of monsters is not even worth a mention? Alright, cool. A letter from Lord Portalain. So you can come with the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? Let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Orm Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Piermon, who should be able to assist you. That is also near an optional dungeon. Orm Vale is another optional dungeon. We're not going to run that one, because this one didn't even bear mentioning. In fact, it might not make it into the cut. Because that seems like it sort of defeats the purpose. Maybe I'll throw it up as like a separate thing. Just to show me sucking at that particular dungeon. Alright, fine. It's you, the same person I would have to talk to. Okay. The Imperial airship. I saw it approach to land with mine own two eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arrived just in time to see the vessel take the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. You know, it looks like I'm turning down good gear there, but I really, really don't like the items that have, like, take up 2 slots. It's just, like, very difficult to keep track of if they're good. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Guardians who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness in order to alert our forces of return to my post. To find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, I'm happy you'll be able to follow the prints to their owners. Oh, that's so cute. While we're doing this, you may have noticed, almost certainly, that the little quest marker no longer has a short-term goal. It's because we're in the end game now, boyo. We are on our way to finishing the MSQ for base A Realm Reborn. I'm looking forward to finding out if the dreaded patch quests are really as bad as people say. Because I remember liking them back when they were coming out, but then again, that was not all at once. So it might be like a reverse One Piece effect. They're really rather close together for how long it takes to search them. Oh man, I wonder if there's anything under the bridge. Oh, Wedge. Where's Biggs? So cold. I want to go home. Hey, Wedge. Ah! Please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Ny'ardbert, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Garleans were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell-bent on evading them, I almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw. Thrice! And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. We're here to save you. Where's Biggs? But Biggs? He isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Tracked down Wedge. That's wonderful news. Now what of Biggs? Seems missing. Wedge doesn't seem too hopeful. I see. It hardly surprises me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taking care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With both Ida and Y'shtola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. Dare I hope? Was that Master Garland you spoke with? After 5 long years. Thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Ny'ardbert. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. I would offer you food, but I really only have grapes. And I don't know if that will really help with the, cold part. So we're running a little low on grapes. We might get something else soon. Hello. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? I'm looking for a Rogadin named Biggs. Oh, it would seem your companion's got a chill. Oh, that too. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I'll bring you a hot broth. That's very kind of you, Adelaide. How are we feeling now? Stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. Just find rest when you can. Alright. Let's continue on, I guess. You've done well to brave the frozen wilderness, adventurer. Stay a while and be warm. I'm fine now, thanks to you. But I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold with Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Ny'ardbert. Do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe the people here have seen something? Seen a Rogadin running away from a whole bunch of Garleans dressed like that guy? A Rogadin gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it might be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort.
Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, maybe he elected to pass us by.
If he did that, that seems dumb. a kind, sweet kind of dumb, but dumb nonetheless. Wow, this is like the least pleasant cave you possibly could take refuge in. Also, this is one of those like holy sites I was talking about before. This one for Halone the Fury. Oh boy. And on single things because I keep pulling more guys. Alright, time to run. Ow, ow, ow! Okay, he's probably not in there.
Ny'ardbert, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area? Well, that stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me. But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be?
It's a very good picture.
We can't give up, Ny'ardbert. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who could help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone to listen, and hurry! Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment.
Is there an upstairs? Nope. This is a really long staircase. There.
Seems the fated monument tower to watch the Watcher. It was built to guard the Fury's gaze, and the stone beyond price hidden. And the stone beyond price hidden in its depth. Oh, like priceless. Gotcha. And now it keeps vigil against the Garlean outpost, for the jewel that is Ishgard must never fall into the Empire's unclean hands.
Ignis, can you help me? Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found around here or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through Donovan Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. About a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. It's okay. I always land on my feet. And my knees are still okay. Sorry, what was that? No mortal man could survive such a drop. Well, what about the Azure Dragoon, who isn't me yet, but woo! Ah, fuck. I got caught on the thing. I'll wait 20 seconds for this bit to be funny, or just jump. I think it's funnier if we just sit here. Yes, I'm sorry that I did a very silly backflip, sir. I won't do it again. And by that, I mean, it won't be silly this time. Woo! Didn't even get hurt. There's two things here. Oh, that's Bix. Hello, Imperials. It's nice of you to not notice the bouncing monk over there behind that rock. Ny'ardbert, we found Bix, but he's in trouble. Our orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Ah, Ny'ardbert, it's well that you are here. The situation is grave. Bix is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He'll perish if we delay. With me. Got a nice little squad here. DPS, a healer, and a tank. Oh, 2 DPS, a healer, and a tank. If Biggs actually fights. He's not alone! Kill them all! How'd you know where to find me? We didn't. We just tried everywhere. Hold your ground. Reinforcements are coming. The more the merrier. I'll pound you all into the next umbrella era. And dogs destroy them. Ida, less provoking and more pummeling, if you would be so kind. Ny'ardbert, stay close to Biggs. Chant down, but hopefully nearby. Where is Biggs? I'm still chained down. Please, oh, buddy. Ah, how many of them are there? Biggs, please. Get unhooked me. Get out of the fucking weeds. My thanks. Another moment, and I would have. He's been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. We could go back to the Watcher's Spire. Monument Tower, you say? Yeah, that's what it's called. Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. So it'll be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. Sometimes I forget how striking Y'shtola's blue eyes are. Very bright.
Cannot thank you enough, Ny'ardbert. And the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes. It's just I didn't think I'd ever see him again.
I owe a lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Ny'ardbert. Losing count of how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge! Gods, it's good to see the two of you again.
Chief, it's you. It's really you.
In our hearts, we knew you were still alive. But to finally see you in the flesh... When Alfino told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint.
It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the immortal flames should have seen them coming, right?
Well, they're all corrupt, so whatever.
I myself asked the same question. That day when I returned to the carnage of the Waking Sands, I noted not a mist in horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this I conclude that the Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics. Magics of the kind used by the Ascians.
Carry on.
We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them.
Castrum Sentry. What happened next?
Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years. It was probably moons, or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control, and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of in the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history.
If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That will have been Biggs' handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Ny'ardbert, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. All right, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for.
Hurrah! Thank goodness you found me, Ny'ardbert. I would have frozen, or drowned, or been eaten by a mud puppy if it wasn't for you.
I knew the chief was still alive. Deep down, I always knew. And he looks healthy, too. Well, he could do with a shave, I suppose, but other than that...
Come into my Castro?
That's hyphenated. Why is that hyphenated? That's a reference to something, and I don't know what. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now, we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. God knows we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry. So, let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. It is as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east then south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that'll benefit our mission. Alright, guys. Ready for the final zone that is brand new in ARR? Now that we've found Biggs and Wedge, there's no reason for us to remain here any longer. Let us make for Revenant's Toll in Mordona. There we can make our plans to rescue the others. I say final, but I don't actually know if I went through all of the other ones, like Upper Lanasia or whatever. So I might have one or two that'll pop up only in job quests or whatever. That is not the right way. So, Mordona is over here. We got stuck on that. So, welcome to Revenant's Toll. Your home, adventurer, when you're in Revenant's Toll. There's both rest and work aplenty, courtesy of the Adventurers Guild. Oh, this place is empty. This used to be the zone in ARR. Like, basically, this place was always packed end to end. Wow. This is wild. Okay, there is some people, I guess. Reasonable chance they're just not loading properly then, because I see that there's a carbuncle there, but I don't see the player it's associated with. Oh, wait, no, that carbuncle is an NPC. Oh, it's your carbuncle. It's running away from you. What is your deal? Who are you? Do I recognize you? I mean, you look kind of like Cleo, but not really. Fascinating. Okay, I can sit here and watch that play out on my own time. Alright, Slothburn. Hello. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? We're looking for information on Castrum Sentry, and we want to break our friends out. I hear you rightly. Our friends are being held captive at Castrum Sentry, and you want to rescue them. I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yalms of the walls undetected. If the Garleans were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Minfilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, it has to be a good old-fashioned infiltration.
But with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in?
Well, I have a mind to walk through the front door.
Huh? A front door?
Aye. We'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable timing. That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I'd recommend you speak with Glamont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire and happens to know a deal about Castrum Sentry besides. I've no doubt that he'd want to be evaded.
Ida and I shall go to reconnoiter Garlean activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Ny'ardbert. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you are not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthused, Y'shtola, and you're beginning to remind me of Papalimo.
Oh. Alphino, what did you get here?
In the wake of the calamity, the 14th Imperial Legion occupied what remained of Castrum Novum, eventually rebuilding and renaming it Castrum Sentry. The stronghold contains immense manufacturing and storage facilities and is the primary supplier of material for Imperial forces stationed throughout Eorzea. Consequently, it is heavily defended. Infiltrating will not be easy, nevertheless, it is necessary.
Stealth and subterfuge, Ny'ardbert, are how we will free our friends. I have every confidence you can play the part of an Imperial soldier.
Oh boy, I always wanted my own Reaper. I would wash her and wax her and name her and...
Dressing up as soldiers and sticking in the front door, eh? Well, if you got the guts to go through with it, then so do I. Alright, Glamont. What you got for me? So, Sark Malark, what's your deal?
In every and all things, I like my planning perfect and my execution precisely as predetermined. A stickler for detail, that is simply the way I am.
Looking for Glamont, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are.
Yeah?
Looking to get inside Castrum Sentry. You need my help. Something tells me we're going to get along just fine. That's from the old thing. I would like to aid in your mission to rescue the captured scions. So, you have friends at Castrum Sentry but want for rescue. Slapborn knows me too well. You can count on my help. I got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass on an opportunity to get back at the Horse Sons. But enough about me, let's talk strategy. Rescuing folk from captivity is right delicate business. A single oversight, just one little blunder, and it's all over. You can't leave any room for uncertainty. For starters, you need to confirm beyond the shadow of a doubt that your friends are where they think they are. Or where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. How can you find out, you ask? By following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the morbles, and navigate your way to the southwest corner. You'll come upon some drainage pipes going down to the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to the command tower. If you listen closely, it might be you could eavesdrop on some of what happens with them. Once we know for certain your friends are there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. So get going and Godspeed. As a quick aside, and this might be obvious to someone watching it, depending on how it ends up being structured, because this is like one straight shot to the end of the game, where we split the episodes might be kinda arbitrary. So, if that happens, the person recording it, oh god, fuck you. The person recording it might not really know when those cuts happen, because it's really going to come together in editing. So I'm probably not going to acknowledge as much. Or I might say hello and do greetings in the middle of an episode. We'll see, I guess. Alright, into the fens. Southwest corner, don't mind the mobiles. Just ignore them. Oh boy, big bugs. Did you put the larva of these things back to like level 10? I wonder how much this is going to grow into. The faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipe.
What of the captive? She still refused to speak?
She may as well be deaf-mute for all the information we've gotten out of her.
The others aren't much better. Yellowson gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only to spout gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with the Nympphilian woman? They say she possesses some mystical power, something we Garleans don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind of beastmen use? How am I supposed to bloody know? You're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? As well try to tumble her. I like my head where it is, thank you very much.
Our break is over. Best we get back to our stations. The footfalls grow fainter until all is silent. Alright, now let's go with... talk to Alfino, of all people? Alright. I guess he has had some reasonable plans thus far. I just wanted to dump that. I do not like that ongoing particle effect. This place is so cool. Oh, it does occur to me that even though this place definitely isn't as popular as it was back in the day, but like, there might be more if I wasn't playing at 2:30 on a Monday. Same thing. It is good to see you again, Ny'ardbert. I'm given to understand you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what were you able to learn? So, Nymphilia and the others are indeed at Castrum Sentry. My presence thus confirmed, we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details from him. Good work, Ny'ardbert. As Alfino has already told you, we plotted out a course for our rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Glamont is looking into ways to procure a suit of Magitech armor. In the meantime, I need your assistance for some preparation of my own. Ophelia and the others are counting on us, Ny'ardbert. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. Sure. What do you need help with? While Glement goes about devising his plan, we need to see to some preparation of our own. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover that they're short in armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communications jamming device. Explanation is like to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now, the hill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west has been observed to amplify the self-same energy. And making use of this property, we should be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. Mark the likely places in your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. Yeah. There's some players. That is an outfit. That one's freaking out. Oh, then Glement has a quest at the same time. Clean the wax out of your ears, because there's something I want you to do by way of preparation. Plans to have you enter Castrum Sentry all decked out in Imperial duds, but to disguise the more than just clothes you're wearing. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform a convincing Imperial salute. First impressions are everything, as they say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course. But it's best you learn it from the experts. So get yourself near as you dare to Castrum Sentry and watch the Imperials doing what they do. So, for efficiency's sake, it was correct to take both of these, but I am thinking now to me in the future editing this, and I don't know how I'm going to do the numbering. This one. Can I get above? Oh, I might be able to. Oh! Thanks. Okay. Oh boy, there's a bunch of these. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Can I get like right up on it? Oh, I do see it, but how do I get up there? Ah, there it is. Oh shit, is this where that cutscene is from? The very beginning? With the three, 3 leaders standing in front of a tent, looking over the battlefield? Because if so, this part of the cliff got fucked up. Wait, hold on. I realized I didn't read the description of this. Complex-looking device that can detect the strength of electromagnetic waves. Never mind. Do you get a kick out of, like, if I wanted to just, like, walk into Customer Center right now, it wouldn't stop me? It is a terrible idea. And it also, like, doesn't affect the actual plot, but that door does open. Nothing to report, sir. We've received an anonymous warning that insurgent forces are near. We must redouble our vigilance. I should recommend that patrols be increased. I wonder how many Makote the Garlands actually have on the crew. I guess there'd be no real way to tell under those hoods, or caps rather. Okay, before I turn these two in, this recording could get a little long, so I'm going to split this recording and also do a quick chore before the nightly resets. So I'll be right back.